So I started writing when I was a student at the University of New Mexico, and the writing really came. It was because there was a need to write. I had no plans to be a writer, especially a poet. I was an active part of the Native rights activity. The need arose in me to use words as a witness. It surprised me. It really surprised me. It's like the spirit of poetry came to me and said, okay, you're coming with me. And I couldn't say no. I got my first NEA Fellowship in 1978. It was perfect timing. Because of that first fellowship, I wrote She Had Some Horses, which has become my signature. It's the book that put me into the world. What followed on that was In Mad Love and War and other books. With all writers, with all artists, with all humans, we all carry ancestors. We carry stories. We carry their songs. I think that's what DNA, the DNA spiral, really is a spiral carrying these songs and these poems and these words and these images from our peoples. Like eagle that Sunday morning over Salt River, circled in blue sky and wind, swept our hearts clean with sacred wings. We see you, see ourselves, and know that we must take the utmost care and kindness in all things. Breathe in, knowing we are made of all this, and breathe, knowing we are truly blessed because we were born and die soon within a true circle of motion. Like eagle rounding out the morning inside us, we pray that it will be done in beauty, in beauty.
Translators, for a long time, were sort of non-entities. We're sort of invisible people, not recognized or acknowledged. Since 1981, the NEA has been there saying literary translation is important. It really matters. We care about it. During the Cold War, the classic example is that the entity that was most interested in the translation of Dr. Zhivago, which had to be smuggled out of the Soviet Union, it couldn't be published there, was the CIA. And the CIA literally locked a pair of translators in a hotel room and said, you can't come out until you have an English Dr. Zhivago. Dr. Zhivago, of course, was critical of the Soviet system, so that was fabulous anti-Soviet propaganda for the CIA. My launch of my professional career as a literary translator really happened when I was studying in Mexico on a Fulbright grant, and I happened to spend some time in the southern Mexican state of Chiapas. It's full of indigenous Maya culture, it's beautiful, it's in the mountains, it's misty, it's mystical. I was entranced by it, and people there said to me, if you're interested in Chiapas, you have to read this novel by Rosario Castellanos called Oficio de Tinieblas. And I was so perplexed when I learned that it had never been translated. So I started this quixotic crusade to get this book into English. Finally, after 4 years of intense effort, 2 things happened. Number 1, I got a grant from the NEA, which immediately, I had imprimatur, I had support. And secondly, Subcomandante Marcos had an indigenous revolution in Chiapas. And this novel is about an indigenous revolution in Chiapas. So suddenly it was relevant. That really taught me that translation is not inevitable. That if you don't have somebody somewhere who's really, really, really trying hard against a lot of odds to make this book happen in English, it's not going to happen.
I wanted to do a lot of things as I grew up. Writing became the only thing I cared deeply about. The literary fellowships that are still being given by the NEA are so important. We need to keep each generation of writers alive in order to help produce the next generation of writers. A writer needs confidence. Just as I was beginning to lose hope, beginning to lose faith, a major arts organization told me that I wasn't just wasting my time. It really helped instill in me a level of confidence that has lasted. I started writing a novel, and that novel was eventually published, called The Home at the End of the World, my first. And really, it was that grant, that recognition from the NEA that kind of propelled me. Thank you, NEA.